Hey class, good morning. Today we're going to talk about multiplying a monomial times a monomial and multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. What is a monomial? It's just one term. So here I have one monomial. It's a term. It's got a number, 7. It's got a variable, x, and it's got a power, 2. So that's one term, times another term, a number, 6, a variable, x, and an exponent or power, 3. The numbers are called coefficients. So how do I multiply? Well, the first thing you got to do is multiply the number times the number. Okay. 7 times 6 is going to be, let's see, 42. Then we multiply the power times the power. Now these have the same base. So that's x squared times x to the third. Basically because that's 7 times x squared times 6 times x to the third. I'm just using one of the properties of multiplication where I can rearrange the order if I'm multiplying or adding. So I'm just deciding to multiply the numbers together because that's easy. I know that's 42. And then what's left now are the powers. The powers have the same base. Do you remember the rules of powers, the rules of exponents? When you multiply a power times a power, what do you do with the exponent? You add the exponents. Because that's 2x's times 3 more x's. How many x's am I multiplying? How many x's? That's going to be 5x's total, or 2 plus 3, if we add the exponents. Okay, so I have 42 times x to the fifth. So that was a little bit of a review. Now, go ahead and try, let's try one that has an x and a y. So if you look over here at number 6 here, that's a good example. Okay. So for number 6, we have, by the way, let me move my face out of the way. We have, let's multiply the numbers together. So we have 8 times 10. Those are the coefficients. We're moving the coefficients together. So that's going to give us 80. Eight times 10 is 80. Okay. Whoops. So we have 80. And now I don't have to worry about those coefficients anymore. Now I'm going to look at what powers are the same. So we have x to the fifth, y to the fifth, x to the fifth, y to the fourth. We're going to multiply the x bases together. So that's x to the fifth times x to the fifth. So that's 5 plus 5. It's going to give us x to the 10th. How many x's total? 5 plus 5, that gives us 10 x's, right? So now all we have left are the powers that have y as a base. So we have 5 y's here and 4 more y's here. So how many y's total is that? It's 9. So that's y to the 9th. And that's all you got to do. Remember, if you look over here, if we have a y here, but we don't have another y there, so we're just going to leave it alone. So 6 times 3 is 18. X to the fourth, x to the ninth, we have 9 x's plus 4 more x's, so that's 13 x's. And just that we don't have another y, so we just tack it on there at the end. Just like that, and now you're done. Also remember, if your variable does not have a power, that means it's a power of 1. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at how it's going to look like on Khan Academy. You have something like this, negative 5 z to the fifth, 6 z to the sixth. Okay, so that's going to be negative 5 times positive 6. Negative times a positive is a negative. It's going to be negative 30. What are we going to do with our z's? Well, we have 5 z's here plus 6 more z's, which means we're multiplying 11 z's. So I'm going to hit z, I'm going to hit this right here and type in 11. And that'll give us our answer. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for this one. Now, for multiplying a polynomial times a monomial, what we're doing is, it's just like here, when we multiply a monomial times a monomial, but we're going to do it twice or more. So if you look here, for these, we're going to do it twice. We're going to multiply that times this first term, and we're going to multiply that by the second term. We're distributing. So we're going to use the distributive property. So 8x times 6x. So we're just going to multiply those two together. That's 8 times 6, which is, what is that? I just forgot. 8 times 6 is 48. Okay. And x times x is going to be x squared. Okay, now we're going to distribute again. This time we're going to do the 8x times the 6. Oh, there's no x there. Don't worry about it. 8 times 6 is still 48. I'm going to add to that 48. Okay. There's no x here, but we still have the x that we're multiplying there. So we're going to keep it so it doesn't change. That's all you got to do for these. And it's just a distributive property, but we're adding a variable each time. All right, hope that makes sense. Oh, let me show you the Khan Academy. It looks kind of weird. They're trying to give you a visual here that you're multiplying this square and you're multiplying that square. All they want you to do is multiply this monomial, this time it's just a number, times this polynomial. So that'd be 3 times 3x squared, which is going to be 9x, and then I hit this button, squared, okay? And then 3 times this one over here. So it's going to be plus, because you see we're adding here, I'm going to do 3 times that monomial. So that'd be 12x. The x doesn't change because we're only multiplying the numbers together. But you still got to put the x there. And that's all you got to do. Okay, hope that makes sense. Bye. Have a great day.